Hello, everybody. Welcome to 4 Deep Sports Talk here at 1320 AM at the news station in Attleboro. I'm Justin Ferreira, and before we get started, a quick commercial. This segment of 4 Deep Sports Talk is made possible by the generous support of Diesel Direct. Diesel Direct, the national fuel resource in 46 states, boosts a fleet of over 900 fuel delivery trucks. 4 Deep Sports Talk would like to congratulate Diesel Direct on its 25th year anniversary. Thank you, Diesel Direct, for your unwavering support, helping us provide a platform for high school and youth athletes in southeastern Massachusetts.
Good job, Justin.
Fantastic ad read, Justin.
Thanks.
So welcome, everybody. This is Lucy Cabral for 4 Deep Sports Talk. Welcome to 1320 AM every Saturday at noon. Actually, 12:05, but that's okay. So our fearless leader, Dominic, he is on assignment this week, as well as Casey, our social media TikTok lady. She is also on assignment, and so you're kind of stuck with us for the next hour. However, we have Maddie on the boards. Welcome, Maddie. You're doing a great job over there.
Appreciate it.
And you just heard our commercial from our sports master, Justin Ferreira. Of course, I'm Lucy Cabral, and I can't tell you how excited I am to have in studio the Swansea Case High School Cardinals athletics. We're covering Brady Kudo. All right, so I just want to tell you, most of you know that I do work for Swansea Community Cable, and it's a lot of fun. I am a camera person over there. I covered a lot of sports over there, working with Adam Kitchen. Kudos to Adam and his team. Just very, very excited to have Swansea in here. Finally. Finally. So in the studio. Yeah, it's been a long time,
that part
Brady.
of Mass is
right.
entered here.
So we have senior Adam Gracie. He is a shortstop for Cardinals boys baseball, right? Yeah. And Will LaBeouf, who's an outfielder, center fielder out there.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, and Brady Kudo, our uprising sports master. I'm just so excited to have him in here. Finally, I think a year and a half ago, we had Coach Dave Umschneider. Did I get that right?
Yes.
I thought so. And Brady, you came in along with Aiden Bates. All right. So this is a little bit different. I know we usually bring teams in from all over Southern New England. I'm just so excited to have you guys here. So welcome.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you for having us.
Thanks again, Lucy.
All right. So where to start? Where do we start? What do you think? Why don't you guys introduce yourselves first? I know you're all seniors. You're all graduating this year. Start with you, Brady.
All right. For those who don't know, my name is Brady Kudo. I am a sports broadcaster based out of Swansea, Mass. You can find me, hear me at Joseph Case High School. I do public address announcing for the basketball program. I am the play-by-play announcer for field hockey, college, Dartmouth College. So just chugging along, keeping happy, and no complaints.
So Brady, you've started with Case
yes,
long time ago.
Yeah, which is kind of scary to throw the word long time, but I was
high school senior. Oh my God,
13 when I started.
13.
And I've been very fortunate to, stay with my OG network and rise through, the ranks there, and they have allowed me to go to the Speedway, and I was with Fans Only Sports Network out in Rhode Island for a time. I freelance with them now. UMass Dartmouth, Wheaton College, and I signed on recently with Dartmouth. I did a hockey game at Dartmouth College, so technically on their roster over there. Mm-hmm. But as we get into it, there's recently signed on with another network.
Yeah,
I'll let these two have.
We'll let the guys I'll let these two have
their moment. It is. And we're focusing on.
Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're back too. All right.
My name is Will LaBeouf. I go to Joseph Case High School. I'm a senior this year. I graduated in May. In the summer, I also play for the Bay Sox for my summer program. And the next year, I'm going to play at Westfield State University.
My name is Adam Gracie. I'm the shortstop for Case. I run track as well in the winter, get myself stronger and better condition for the spring. I also play with Will in the summer for the Bay Sox. I've played with them since I was 12.
Wow.
Great program, and I can't wait to play with them again. And next year, I'm going to Gordon College to play baseball.
Awesome. All right. Okay, guys. Questions?
So I was going to ask you guys first. So both of you guys are committed to college for baseball. So what are you kind of looking to get out of this last season of high school ball?
This year, I know to have fun with it. I think we have a great team this year. We get a lot of new guys coming in that'll help the team. So I think we have a chance at the finals this year. So I'm really excited. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun.
I think simply for me, I would kind of just really want to win. I think out of my 4 years I've been there, this is by far, I think, the most potential we have going into a season. And I think we had 8 or 9 seniors. I mean, we have a lineup that very much could go win a state championship.
Wow, that's pretty
Absolutely.
impressive. And I think that helps when you're more motivated. You feel that
Yeah.
it's kind of different this year. There's more potential.
Yeah, and there's
Right.
a lot less pressure off your back this year.
Right.
There's a lot gotta get a sigh of relief.
That's
What's gonna go
true.
on next year. You can kind of just play game now.
Yeah, play loose. That was the thing is, playing to impress, and that was tough to do, but we made it happen, and just
Yeah.
play loose and have fun this year. That's all it's about.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So going into this next season, how are you guys mentally and physically preparing for this? I know Coach has a lot of things up his sleeve, as he always does.
Yeah, so we've been in the weight room and we've been practicing twice a week as a team. We're trying to get everyone together and have team practices before we really get a coach involved.
Yeah.
So we'll get the little captain's practice, and we'll go hit and we'll go throw and get ready and prepared for the season.
Yeah.
I know a lot of guys are doing weight room
Oh,
for they do it for football, but it gets the guys prepared. And coach
Yeah.
did a big plan, like a workout plan for the team.
okay.
So I think that'll definitely help us as
Yeah.
well.
Nice. Same thing. Getting in the weight room, getting conditioned, getting the team together to be on the same page. Following that.
Sure. So, did you always want to play baseball? Did you think when you were younger, playing baseball, that's what I want to do?
Yeah, I mean, ever since, I grew up with 2 brothers, and my middle brother, he's someone who I always looked up to, and he played baseball, basketball, and I wanted to follow in his footsteps. And I really, when I grew up, I wanted to compete with my brother. I wanted to be able to stay with him, and I think driving to go to someone and driving to be better than someone drove me myself. And then he ended up not playing in college, but I think ever since I'd probably say I was 12, I knew I wanted to play in college. I wanted the next extra 4 years of collegiate baseball.
I'd say the same as well, absolutely. Ever since I stepped on the field in T-ball, I knew that was my sport. That was my sport.
Yep.
That's a sport where it's all about, mental and, not as much physically, empowering. So,
Yeah.
and I knew that I fell in love with it. My sister had to convince me, though, one year to play Little League. But ever since that, I thank God she did, because I've just fell in love with the sport, and, I work every day at it.
Yeah.
And I've talked a lot to Brady about playing in college and where I kind of wanted to fall, but it didn't matter to me what division, because I knew that any given chance is another day to play. So
Absolutely. And grab the opportunities while you can.
absolutely.
So I know that Swansea Little League over there has a great program.
Yes,
They have a great program. And kudos to you guys, because that program plays all over the place. And there seems to be a lot of kids that stay in that program, go into high school and middle school, and just grow with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So kudos to whoever's
Preston, Joe. And I, as a player under the previous administration into now outside player, that's a loose term, by the way. That's a very loose term. But yeah, I had my fair share of riding the bench. But no, seriously. seriously.
But now you're on the other
It is a
side
little
of
bit
that.
also now, watching my brother come up through the league. as an outsider, like watching my dad coach, it has gotten so much better over the last 3 years.
Oh, yeah.
And it's no disrespect to the previous administration. It is full respect and full love for John and how he has made that league better. From the kids who are playing year-round to the kids who are playing seasonal, the facilities, the food.
It's
all about the
Even,
food,
but
right?
it's a little,
Action.
but it's the little things. It's because you're growing your players, you're providing them more opportunity. But what keeps them around? Your facilities.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He has
absolutely.
invested a lot of money
Yep.
into upgrading his facilities, and he has done a phenomenal job. So I want to give
Absolutely.
him. I'd like to give him
That's
a shout
awesome.
out. on how
Shout
he's
out
grown
to-
that league. Yeah. Shout out to
There
Johnny.
you go.
So all of you guys have been playing. I know the seniors that are going out. You've all grown up together in Swansea Little League and,
Yeah.
all the sports in Swansea. So tell us about, okay, this is your final year.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to think that. It's crazy to think that.
Yep.
Feels like we're just just got up to varsity, but
Right.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I can't wait. Like this team, we got a lot of potential. And all the guys. We got some new guys coming in. We all have love for each other for sure. We have a lot of team chemistry, so
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't wait. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Okay, so 520 is the number. We'll be right back after this. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 40 Sports Talk on WARA 1320 AM. We're here on this Saturday. We have Justin, our sports master, Luis Cabral, taking pictures all day.
Paparazzi, yep, yep.
The Swansea baseball team, 2 players here. We have Adam Gracie and Will Buff, and our rising sports broadcaster, Brady Kudo. That's what we have here with us today. So I'll just start off with the question. So you mentioned kind of all the off-season preparation and training that you guys do as a team. So how important do you think
If you just look at the schedule, you start like I think this year we start March 18th is when the tryouts are, and then we got a scrimmage that Saturday, and then we got another scrimmage, and then you're right into the game.
Yep.
Right. So if you come in and you're not putting in the work, and like what you do in the off season is really very much going to translate into the on season, especially like at the beginning, because you don't want to start off rusty. And I think it's also big for team chemistry. I mean, you get kids that, you may not have seen around school because they're a couple grades below, but then on a Tuesday, on a Thursday, you guys are going in together, and you get to make friends. You get to meet people that you may not have met before. And it's good to get a ton of kids together. And yeah, we're in it to go hit, but it's also at the same time you're making good friends. You're making good bonds and you're making good chemistry.
Are you both team captains?
Yes, ma'am.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay. Along with anybody else over there? or-
Dylan Amaral and Ben Duquette.
Okay. And they're both going on as well?
Yes, they're both seniors.
Nice. Well, kudos to them.
Yeah.
So how are you going to get the team prepared as team captains to gel, so to speak?
So I think a big thing is kind of going to those workouts. Even if there are guys that can't make it, be like, okay, maybe we can change the day or something. But I know like me and Will, we work a lot on kind of getting these kids to feel more confident. You know, either it's on the field or just in the dugout or whatever. Confidence is a big gel for sure. I think that helps the guys kind of even on the field, to be honest.
Sure. As well as a coach, he's looking at that.
Right,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Yeah, you get to see it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's also a lot easier, if you go to a new team, maybe you're new to a school, you're a freshman incoming, you've already met those kids, you've already made friends with those kids. So then going into the season, it's so much easier to just get to work and just to play baseball.
Ready to play at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I add on to that really quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
I have
Hop in.
never. Now I've covered this team for 5 years.
Right.
There is one I've explored different programs in different sports in different states. Other than Keith Croft, who's the head coach at Bishop Hendricken for football, nobody can buy their guys into a program better than Dave Umschneider.
I agree.
I
Absolutely.
mean that.
Mm-hmm.
He has had a 30-year coaching career. All that guy has done is build programs.
Yeah.
And win a lot. He did it at Tiverton. He did it at Portsmouth. He did it at Durfee. And now he's doing it here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All he does is win.
Yeah.
The workouts.
They must be intense, right?
Yeah.
I've read them. I've read them. But even just listening to the things that where it sounds like, oh my goodness, that's a lot. But then, like for me, I'm like, well, guys were like, oh, I'm tired, and I'll say, well, yeah, you're tired, but it's gonna be worth it in May.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be worth it in June.
But how do you get kids to think that
He's
far
just
ahead?
Because they trust him.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
They
so
trust
that's
him.
what I was getting at.
Because
Not only the confidence in your coach,
he helped Westmoreland get drafted. He made Durfee into a powerhouse in this state. They know who he is. They know what he's done. And I will say, like, this is, in my 5 years, this is the best chance this program has of going to Polar Park. Division 4 state champion, Seekonk. That game is starred on my calendar.
are you going to be calling that
I
game?
believe I am.
I'll probably be filming it if it's at
I
home.
believe I have it.
Gotta
But,
both be there. Yeah.
yeah, right. Just, pack the clown car. Get everybody over there. But seriously, but like I give him a shout out because every year, so he started officially. He was hired the COVID, so the 2019-2020 season. So there was no season, obviously. So 21 was his first year, and ever since that program, they've, you lose some, you lose a lot of seniors, but you get in a lot of freshmen. Every year that program has gotten better, and it's really fun to watch a program that just is constantly on the up.
Yeah.
And this is the perfect definition of it, I think.
Yeah. So I pulled the actual roster, and I'm like, oh my goodness, there's a lot of kids on this.
Kids, yeah.
But I also see like 8 or 9 seniors that are going out, including yourselves.
Yeah.
A lot of freshmen, ton of freshmen. Yeah, including it looks like his son, Reed.
Yeah.
Reed's coming in.
Wow.
He transferred in, but he's been here before when Dave came on. Reed's fun to watch.
Yeah,
he is. I think he's
a great ball player.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty of it is that as many seniors as there are, you see FR, and it's like, ooh. But it's not just freshmen; it's freshmen that play multiple positions.
Exactly.
It's freshmen that
Right,
plays a lot of
Exactly, and
background.
that's what I'm looking at. I'm like, wow, this it's going to be quite the team.
Yes.
And so, as team captains, what do you think in getting the team to until what do you think?
One of those things, and really, I think at Westport, it'll really click.
Yeah, you're at Westport. Wow,
and
April 2nd.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Coming up soon.
Coming up.
Goodness gracious.
But then you play Seekonk right after that.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I think Seekonk, even if it is a tough game, I think how the guys handle it is going to be a big step.
Win loss, it doesn't exactly matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
It's how you go on, you move on to the next game is going to be a lot more important, or kind of show their characters behind everyone.
Right.
So you guys got a lot of work to do as well.
Yeah.
As
and
team
only
captains, you
a few
know.
weeks.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of when you said like when will you know, like kind of I think you kind of start to see it as the season goes on.
absolutely.
Right,
You-
right.
You
Yeah.
can see, you know, the trends and how the attitude is around the team, where they're willing to improve,
Yeah,
get
absolutely.
better, and
Consistency is showing up. Yeah.
that's a big part of it.
Yeah,
I'd say.
absolutely.
Yeah.
On a team.
I agree with that. yeah.
I'd say that from because I've played soccer all these years in high school. It's pretty much the same way. You can tell early on
Yeah.
how it's gonna go. But so you guys are seniors, so I'm sure you play. You know, obviously as captains, you play a leadership role. So how much responsibility do you take in that? You know, knowing that you kind of are mentoring, and you mentioned a lot of freshmen on the team. So how do you mentor and kind of you are the role models for these kids?
Yeah. I think it's huge just because I mean when you set an example, I think one big thing between being a captain, I think everyone views it a different way, you know, because I was a captain for football too, and you get to see kind of how every single person takes being a captain in different eyes, right? And for me, I take it as someone who leads specifically by example. You know, I think when you show up every day and you show up to weight room, and you're day in, day out, and you're working 100%. You know what I mean? You're not taking, like, that fly ball you could take off, or that ground ball you could take off. Like, You're going 100% after. Even when it doesn't matter, even if no one's watching, those are the important ones for you to go. Those are the important ones for you to 100%. Because if you get tired in a game, you're not going to go 50%. You're going 100, laying it all out.
Yeah, I think you said it right there. Role model is a good way to put it. I think when I was younger, when I was a sophomore coming up, the seniors played a huge role. They kind of showed me the right and wrong way to play, and showed me kind of the ins and outs of the game at the higher level. So I think me and Will and a couple other guys doing it for our teammates, especially because we have a young team this year. So I think that'll help for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big part of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. Justin, you got something?
How long have you played baseball?
I've played baseball, I think, since I was 2 or 3. You know, either if it's wiffle ball in the yard or if it's I'm going to play
Love it.
t-ball. Like I said, like I always did what my brother Ben did, what my middle brother did. You know, and like during COVID or everything to that, like me and my brother would go out play a game of toss in the yard, or we might just play a one-on-one wiffle ball game. I don't exactly know how you can do that, but we figured it out. You know, we figured it out, and we just so I've played ever since I can ever remember. You know, I don't remember a time where baseball wasn't in my life.
Yeah, I was the same way. I was definitely the same way. Summer wiffle ball with the guys in the backyard, cookouts and stuff. I played pretty much like my seasons are pretty much year round. I get like December and January, I guess you could say off, but still doing workouts, still going to train and stuff. So it's my games go till like we start up in March and then go to like November. It's like the end of it, but I mean, it's just always been a big part of my life for sure. And I've said a lot about this on when I did Brady's interview on my commitment. My dad, he always was a big part of my life. Like he whenever I want to go out there and hit, my dad literally built a batting cage in my front yard.
I love it.
And he'd feed me all day until I get tired, and it's just I can't think of enough because without him, I don't know where I'd be.
So you all have siblings.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And of course your parents are very, very supportive.
Very, yeah.
Interesting. Can't wait to see what the team looks like.
Yeah,
Me too.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be fun.
It's
gonna be
a
a
lot
blast.
of hard working.
Mm-hmm.
Kid, top to bottom.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be a lot of fun, I think.
I think honestly the big thing of why like we've been doing it for a while, why we're so consistent, is just so much fun.
So much.
You know what I mean? Like obviously like at a captain's practice, it's got to be intense, it's got to be serious.
Yeah.
But like I think the key thing is you got to have fun with it. Like if you're not having fun with it, like you're not going to want to go and you're not going to dread it. But I think as a team, we've had so much fun just playing throughout, whether it's in season or off season, we've had such a blast to the point where like that's why like a lot of the freshmen are huge, because like we get so many freshmen to play because they visually see how much fun they have and how much fun we all have as a team. It's just a blast.
That's
That's a
another thing.
mindset too.
Yeah,
That-
absolutely.
That is a mindset.
That's another thing that Upshiner does well too. Is he has fun at practice.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
he-
Yeah, he jokes
We're-
around with
yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Does he
yeah,
really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
In what way? What does he do?
like let's say because a lot of the coaches, right, if you had like a bad game previous or maybe you made an error, some coaches might be like harder on you or like kind of be not angry but a little bit more towards like disappointed.
Yeah.
He's not that guy. He's the guy who's like he's gonna crap like he's gonna know you. Me, like I'm more of like a outgoing kind of jokingly guy, so if I have an awful game the day before, like he's gonna go and he's make a couple jokes with me, he's gonna lighten my mood and he's gonna make it known that like it's okay, like you had a bad game, it's okay, here's your next step, you know what I mean, and that next step's more important than the step back, and like just like that, like he just cracks a ton of jokes, whether we're playing toss in the outfield,
knew
whether
that.
he's hitting
Yeah,
infield,
yeah.
outfield, like he's just a fun guy to be around.
Yeah,
It's like-
yeah, and it's good even if you do have a bad game to know that your
Yeah.
teammates have your back. You know what I
Exactly.
mean, and that's where the
Absolutely.
gel comes in.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So as the season goes on, like we said, it's gonna get better and
Yeah,
better.
absolutely.
But
All right, we'll step away for
Fun.
another quick break here.
Wow.
Again, it does fly. You've been listening to 40 Sports Talk, WARA 1320 AM. Again, if you want to call in, phone number is 508-222-1320. We'll be right back after this. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 4 Deep Sports Talk on WARA 1320 AM. Here on this another chilly Saturday, but it is what it is. We're almost at spring. We're almost there. So we have Justin, our sports master, Luis Cabral, Paparazzi, Adam Gracie, Will Buff, and Brady Kudo, all from Swansea. Joseph Case Athletics, and Matt Clayman on the board here. So I know now we're going to touch on kind of what's next for all of you. I know you two are, obviously the athletes, and then, Brady is sports broadcaster. So you guys can kind of talk about what's next and your journey.
The journey. Brady, let's start with
start?
you.
All right.
I'm interested only
Well-
because I've known you, since I
We've
started
known
working.
each other for a while.
Yeah, yeah. And
so-
where you've been and where you're now
Well,
and what's next.
The journey. A broadcaster I've gotten to know from Fox. His name's Tim Brando. He's been around a while.
Yeah.
His big thing is he always says the journey's the best part. Enjoy everything. And I've been very fortunate to start at a young age, get to Division I at 17, and to just take in a lot of, pick a lot of different people's brains and not take any opportunities for granted, and so on and so forth.
So how
yeah.
did you get into broadcasting? Why do you like it so much?
I like it because I've always wanted a fun job.
Oh,
It's my fun job.
interesting.
But one of my most fun memories with my dad Jay is this goes back to we were living on North Main Street in Fall River years and years ago. We would every summer 7:05 we'd park ourselves on the couch and we'd listen to Don and Jerry call a Red Sox
yeah,
game.
there you go.
Don was my first
Oh, yeah.
Don was my first guy, if you will. Through that, explored how I can make this possible. And very recently, not very recently, but got to know a gentleman by the name of Matt Jolis. Matt is a sports executive. He's a broadcaster. He's worked for ESPN. He's worked for the Olympics. He's worked for the FIFA Women's World Cup. We spent some time together at Fans Only Sports Network last year. So with this, I am very happy to announce I am joining Matt in his new adventure as a member of the Premier Sports Network.
Oh, cool.
Premier Sports Network.
That's
thank
awesome.
You. Premier Sports Network is a division of Premier National Sports. They facilitate and produce AAU tournaments all across the country. They also serve as a recruiting agency for high school athletes to help put them wherever. With this, I am a broadcaster. I'm going to be a contributor, so doing a little bit of writing, doing a little bit of scouting, doing broadcasting, but I will be starting in the fall all over the country.
Wow.
You can do some
I
traveling
will
and
do a little bit of traveling.
meeting some people.
Like
That's awesome.
Columbus Day weekend, I'll be out in Dover, Delaware,
Nice.
doing some lacrosse. In December, I think there's some Florida in there. There's some Arizona. There's some
So
California.
exciting.
All over.
All right,
the
so
country.
so
I
in
just
this,
want to give a shout out. Well, I told him about this. I just want to give a shout out to Matt for he's taken a couple chances on me over the years, as have you and Tyler Clark,
Oh, yeah.
who we've had here, Adam Kitchen.
Mhm.
Oh my God, who else? Amy Canfield, Austin Kark, my supervisors, my athletic directors at UMass Dartmouth. They have been nothing short of fantastic. Alan Wickstrom at Wheaton College, the SID over there, who one of the hardest working people I've ever met. Any SID, shout out to you. That is a hard job. That doesn't get a lot of credit. It's long hours, not a lot of
Yeah.
money.
yeah. But it gets people like you,
But
you
it
know,
makes me appreciate
into
where
the
I am.
journey.
Because as difficult as my job is, those guys make it a heck of a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
So a big credit to them. And I'm Rob Kennedy and Jen Ruth and Kelvin Kirkland at Dartmouth College as well for allowing me to come on board and do some stuff with them. So.
So there's a lot of different people.
Yeah,
that you
at St.
named.
Germain, at Seekonk,
Yeah.
taking a chance on me as well. Kevin Boucher, Dave Alburn, Sam Tully, Miles Heeger, that crew down there, they are fantastic.
So all these people that you just mentioned, what are their organizations?
Yes.
This is quite the journey you're on, and
so-
you're
so
quite young.
started here, at Swansea and doing stuff for the high school with you and Tyler and Adam, and then I took over lead duties there, and then moved to the Speedway with Ed, Dave, and
Yep,
Kit, whatever,
Seekonk Speedway.
doing the Friday nights. From there, went over to the Fans Only Sports with Matt in August of 22.
Now they're out of Rhode
They're out
Island,
of Rhode
aren't
Island.
they? Yep.
Yeah, they do a bunch of high school and non-varsity collegiate athletics as well,
Yep.
and some semi-pro stuff. From there, it was UMass Dartmouth, doing some hockey, and I have my first lacrosse game with them next Thursday. Send prayers. I've never done a lacrosse game before.
And that's okay. It's
I know,
part of the journey.
I know. That's it's that's my 10th sport in my 4 years.
That's
So
awesome.
that's another. I'm like, that's awesome, because not many people can say I can. I'm very confident in my ability. I can do 10 sports in 10 days. Not many. Well, that's a lie. 9 sports in 9 days. Not many people say they can. Is it going to be the most beautiful thing in the world? No, it's not.
No,
But
that's
I
how you
have-
learn.
I have the confidence in my ability to do somewhat decent. And then Wheaton College was very recent. That was about a couple of weeks ago. I got a message from a good friend, Sal Lopez, who I've done some high school football with on the radio, and I'd be amiss to not give him a shout out for always having my back and whatnot. And he said, "Hey, Wheaton College needs a broadcaster for a basketball doubleheader. You want it?" I said, "Sure, I'll take it." It's a different school. College I love college basketball.
It's
I
fun.
do. I
It's
love it. I
fast-paced,
love
it's
it. I
long,
love it. I
yeah.
love it. I love it. I love it. And I got to know them, and they were impressed with me, and I loved everything that they're doing over there. So we we got to connect a little bit, and I'll be doing some stuff there, and of course Dartmouth College. I mean, that was that.
And so that's where you are
thank
now.
God for
UMass Dartmouth.
UMass Dartmouth, but Dartmouth College. But
Dartmouth
when I did the
College,
hockey
yep.
game, thank goodness for Twitter, because that's how I found that opening. Yep. And again, Rob is one of the best college hockey guys in the business. He's out doing the Maine. He does a lot of high school stuff. He lives in Maine, so he does a lot of high school stuff in Maine. He's doing some state championship over there, so want to wish him all the best this weekend. But again, just I'm very lucky, very blessed and fortunate, but I cannot. It does. Other people do not go unnoticed, and I will forever make that known. Is that if you have helped me, I don't know if you changed a diaper 18 years ago, or if you just got me this gig at Wheaton, God, you're gonna be thanked. I'm dead serious. It's just how the world works. Is that to succeed in this
Forever
business,
grateful.
to succeed in the business, and Matt, you're trying to get your foot in the door. Work hard, have fun, and be kind. Just like with anything,
Oh yeah.
do your work.
Yeah.
Never say no unless you have to.
There's a million opportunities out there.
exactly.
You just got to grab them.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Like if you can't have fun doing it, then why are you doing
Oh,
it?
that's
Yeah.
And most importantly, be kind. Don't annoy anybody.
Uh-huh.
Because that's the biggest turnoff. And I say that as someone who has hired. I say as someone who has been hired. Annoying people is the biggest turnoff. And I don't do that as often as which is a good thing, I guess.
So you are uncommitted. I've
Yeah,
known
no.
you have your
still,
own podcast going on.
I've got that working in it's gonna be 2 years
Yep.
coming up. So it's supposed to do it tomorrow, but the schedules aren't lining up. So I think we're gonna push it, push it to next Sunday, which is cool.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. Yeah.
Right. 2 years. Now, granted, it hasn't been as consistent as of late. But that's the nice thing about it, is that it's a conversation. It's Keegan Hamlet, Tyler Clark, whoever we bring on, we sit and we chat about sports, and if we run out of sports content, we talk about the real world and our lives and what we're doing in our careers, and I've made many connections, shooting people messages on Instagram and on LinkedIn and on emails. Hey, I love what you do. Come talk about it. And very rarely does someone say no. I've had one person give an outright no, and I wasn't too happy with that because I really liked what they did. But point being is that and I've been able to grow connections through that, and that has helped me just not let loose, but just know what I sound like, and get more comfortable on this microphone right here.
There you go.
So
you are uncommitted
Yes.
going into the fall, but it
Yes.
sounds like you've got a career lined up over there.
I'd like
and
to think. I'd like to hope. And,
it's an opportunity.
Of course. It's
Look at it that
that's what
way.
it all is. That's what it all is. But yeah, I'm excited to dive in. I'll dive in with the folks at Premier in the summer, doing some stuff there. But it picks up Columbus Day weekend when I'm hoping to fly out to Delaware, and then depending on school, whatever. Will and I'll give another shout out to Matt, because he was very when we were talking, he said go to school, don't change your plans. Well, and I was very okay, this isn't all or nothing where it's you have to do everything or I'm not bringing you on, and he wasn't like that, nor did I expect him to be. But I was very thankful that was his attitude towards, and his mindset towards the situation. So I'm very thankful. But yeah, no, I will never say no to an opportunity to do a
There
little
you
bit of traveling.
go. And that's one thing
Yeah.
you learn
Yeah,
as
yeah.
you're on this journey. And I know you guys are going on, so talk about why and where are you going?
Yeah, so I'm going to Westfield State University, and my journey's kind of been, it's been uphill and downhill, because I think if you told me, so I decided that maybe I'd say 2 weeks ago, and I think if you told me the day before the day I committed, I wouldn't do it. I would have thought you were crazy, because so what happened was, so I got looks, but the schools never fit what I wanted to do. The schools never fit kind of where I wanted to go, or I just didn't love it. And I think for me, I want to go all or nothing if I love it. Until Coach Kaplan, who I just loved as a head coach at Leslie. I met with him. I took a visit up with him. He came to a couple of my games, and he fit me like perfectly. Like it was awesome. But the school just didn't. It was a very artsy school, and it just didn't fit what I wanted to do. Until I think it was like the 29th of January, or it was something around there. He got the job at Westfield State, and that was a school where I was looking at anyways for my education wise. And then I shot him off a text, and we went on a long phone call that night, just kind of based on like where my head was at, where his head was at, and then. I mean, it was instant after we had that conversation. He said the offer he gave me was still on the table at Westfield, and I took it, and I wasn't going to let it go.
And what is your major?
My major is computer science.
Computer science.
Yeah.
Awesome. And you're going to play ball.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. Well, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Sounds very, very promising.
Yeah, thank you.
Very promising.
So originally, my plan was to go play baseball down south. That's what I wanted to do. I want to kind of escape the cold. I wasn't really excited to winter. Wanted to play outside all year round, but I went to a lot of showcases. I went to North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, you name it, you know. And I really wanted to get looks from coaches down there, but all of my looks came from up north. So, and that was a big part of from Coach Umschneider. He got Gordon to come and watch me, Coach Bouchard. When we played at Durfee, we played a playing game last season at Durfee, and he came to see me. And then he came and watched me play in the summer, and I had a great game. And he sent videos to the head coach, Coach Scully, and they invited me out on a tour, and I just fell in love with the school. It's a beautiful, small Christian school, nice area up there. But, I mean, yeah, I fell in love with Gordon. The money that they're dumping into the baseball program, like they want to win, you know, their hopes are high.
Was it Wenham, Mass?
Wenham, Mass, yeah.
Okay.
Hopes are high. They just hired both coaches full-time. Tad Scully, I don't know if you know, but he's a great coach with a great background. You know, he coached for the Toronto Blue Jays, coached for Notre Dame, coached for Kobe up in Maine, who won like one game that season prior, and then he came in and they won a title. You know, so I get high hopes for the coaches up there and the program. They just had an athletes only gym that they just opened up. So, you know, it's a great program. Fell in love with it, and can't wait to go play next year.
And your major is?
Environmental engineering.
Environmental engineering.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so
Wow.
we're gonna step away here for
Okay.
our last break of the show. You've been listening to 40 Sports Talk, WARA 1320 AM. We'll be right back. Last segment. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 40 Sports Talk, WARA 1320 AM on this Saturday. Last segment here, we got Justin, the sports master, Luis Cabral, the paparazzi, Adam Gracie, Will LaBeouf from Swansea, Joseph Case High School, and Brady Kudo, I can't forget. And Matt Clayman on the board. I forget to introduce myself sometimes. I'm also here. Justin, so I know you had a couple questions, so you can start with that.
So I have, what's your favorite baseball moment?
Good one.
In our lives or just in general?
It can be any. It can be in your lives or professional.
Good question.
That's a
Wow,
great
that's a
question.
tough
It
one.
is a good question.
I'd have to say the 2013 World Series.
Oh, my
Yep.
You
goodness.
can't
Yep.
beat that team.
Oh, we're getting a call.
Nice.
Okay.
You want to take it real quick?
Yeah, sure.
All right, here we go. Hello, you're listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk.
Hi, how you doing? Joining the show this afternoon.
Good. How are you? How's it going?
I'm doing great. I'd like to ask the two baseball players from Case, have they enjoyed playing against one team more than another? Like, has there been any rivalries between the teams that they played?
Good question.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a great question. I'd have to say, because I know through my years I've connected through a lot of guys on different teams. So I think playing against some of the guys, the most fun for sure. But I'd have to say Somerset is my favorite team to play against, despite the fact that, we do lose most of the time. I know all the guys over there. I know the coaches over there. Great kids. It's a great team, great competitiveness. And, yeah, those games are definitely highlighted on my calendar every year. So
I'd second Adam on that one. But I think just to kind of be original and just to throw another team out there, I'd probably say Fairhaven.
Oh.
yeah, that's a great
Yeah,
game.
we always play a pretty good game with them. And then last year, which I would say is my most fun game I think I've ever played of baseball in my life, we went like 11 innings. Like, it was a Thursday. It was the day before prom. We went 11 innings. It was a night game already.
Yeah,
It was.
played till like
it-
11
yeah, we played like
o'clock,
11.
yeah.
Ended up winning. I think I had my best game all year that game. And everything about that game was awesome. And I think, like, when we play them anyways, it's always a competitive game. So that's my team.
There we go.
Whenever you win, it's the best game of your life.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's true.
Thanks for the
Well,
call.
I just want to wish you guys best of luck, and don't forget where you came from.
Yeah, absolutely, sir. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
So who does that sound like?
No idea.
I don't know.
Okay,
do
so
you
that's
know?
my husband, Lou.
Oh, okay.
So he is a Somerset Raiders guy,
Oh, really?
and we're currently living in his hometown. He lives behind the field.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on Prospect Street over there. So,
Oh,
yeah.
You smell like in the woods somewhere.
No. So we know what's going on at Somerset
Yeah.
Berkeley, like just about every day. Even the critters that hang around there.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It is. It's crazy. But that kind of answered your question as well.
I
favorite
didn't hear what he
moments
said,
in
though.
baseball. Oh, that's true. You didn't have headphones on, but he did ask favorite moments.
Favorite team, one
favorite
player.
rivals.
Team to play against.
Yes.
Did you have one more, Justin?
I can sacrifice it if you would
Oh,
rather
okay.
do the would you rather.
Okay, we'll do the would you rather then. So
Okay.
I came with one a few minutes ago, so not too prepared, but we were having trouble coming up with stuff before the show.
So explain the segment.
Okay, so basically for the last few weeks, I've been kind of surveying the guests. We do a last segment, keep it lighthearted at the end of the show, get us off topic a little bit, just to end the show. But so today we have would you rather always have a full phone battery or always have a full tank of gas?
Ooh.
Good one, huh?
Tank of
That's a
gas.
good one.
Full tank of gas.
Full
Tank of
tank of
gas.
gas. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Save money that way, you know what I mean?
A lot of time. too.
That's true.
I'm going with the phone battery because I don't drive, so that's not a problem.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm with the full tank of gas, too.
Yeah, that's true. It doesn't cost money to charge your phone.
yeah, that's true.
That's a big difference. So, yeah, that was all I had for that one.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Always love
So
to
you
end
got-
the show with that.
You have time for that last question.
Yeah.
Okay,
Go for it.
what does baseball mean to you?
Oh, that's a good question. I think baseball means, I'd say, basically everything to me. I think I pride myself based on how I can carry myself through a game, because I think baseball is so mentally challenging, like obviously physically, but I think just mentally, like able to have a bad game, make an error that, and going back the next day and able just to move on, you know what I mean? And I think that shows how strong you can be mentally. And then also at the same time, like I've said a lot, like my brother, he made a huge impact on my life to the point where like baseball is everything, and to the point where, like when I do something well, like I'm making him proud, which for me it's a huge thing to me, you know. And I think that like yeah, it's everything to me.
I'd say the same. Baseball is pretty much my whole life, and without it, I wouldn't have met some of my best friends throughout different towns and different states and stuff. I've met so many people, like it's crazy, and it's kind of taught me patience. It's taught me like to appreciate even like small things, and it's got my mind off things that create like that stress and stuff. Yeah. So going out there and just playing and having fun with the guys and messing around, I mean, you can't beat it. So that's for sure.
Excellent. Brady, what do you think?
I mean, I grew up playing. It was always my favorite sport growing up. So, and now that I have the chance to call it, I'm always reminded of like, oh, this is why you love this sport, because it's so. It's difficult. It in my mind, second to like combat sports, is the most difficult sport to play. And I'm always reminded of that when I see, a nice curveball that starts, from one side of the plate and ends in another, or just a real, or these two, Adam being at shortstop and Will in center field, going all out for making a nice diving play or hopping a fence or, whatever the case may be. That was my first sport I grasped onto, and now that I see it from the other side of the fence, I love it. I do.
Awesome. Well, are we good?
Yeah, we want to thank everyone.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for coming in. It's a great show.
It was awesome. It's a lot of fun to talk to you guys, and we'll be back next week for Deep Sports Talk. I don't know, should we have a guest or no? I don't know.
We'll find out.
I kind of. So we'll see you next week.